Hey guys, make sure you stay until the end. If you make one common mistake, you may end up spending hundreds, even thousands of dollars on parts and diagnostics you don't need. Make sure you stay until the end. We'll explain what we're talking about. Hey guys, welcome back to World Mechanics. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. Today will be super helpful video to any of you guys having a Chevy Tahoe or Chevy Suburban, that generation here from year 2006 to year 2014. If you have one of those, if you have a problem where the heater does not work, we're going to explain what you need to check, guys. We're going to start by checking a few fuses and relays as well. Make sure you check those first. There is no need to waste your money on diagnostics and parts that you may not even need. We'll explain what else can cause the heater not to work quite often that we see at the garage, and something that most people never even check, and it could cost you only a few dollars to fix. Another thing we'll explain where you can buy cheap parts, tools, fuses, relays at a good price, quick shipping, that way you do not waste money and time, and why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. All that, guys, will be covered absolutely free for your convenience. Make sure to stay until the end. So before we start, let us tell you a little bit about us, guys. If you have a Chevy Tahoe or Suburban, practically they're built on the same platform. We'll be making a video about every single fuse relay in that SUV. Why? Because let's say you're down the road, you need to find where the fuse for fuel injectors, fuel pump, ignition coils is located. That way you can fix your SUV and be back on the road. We will have that information. You'll just spend a minute or two watching the video, fix it, and it will take care of that problem. Now, every single car we get here at the garage, we try to make at least 200 to 300 free repair videos. We take them, guys, completely apart. We show you how to do engines, transmissions, mechanical, body work, and we have more than 12,000 free repairs on our YouTube channels that can save you thousands of dollars in future repairs. In addition, guys, if you need to buy any parts, tools, fuses, relays at a really good price, quick shipping, that way you do not waste your money and time, we will put the links in the description of the video below for your convenience. So let's start on it now. So if the heater, guys, does not work, what you will need to check, we'll demonstrate on that generation Chevy Tahoe right here. If you have Chevy Suburban, it's practically the same vehicle, it's just a little bit longer. They're built on the same platform. You have 3 different fuse boxes in that SUV. Today we'll work in 2. The first one, you need to open the driver door. When you do that, on the side of the dash here, you need to pop that cover open. Underneath that cover, you'll find the main engine fuse box with a layout that will look like this one. Now, before we guys continue, let's explain quickly why it's always a good idea to test fuses and relays. So now, why it's super important, guys, to test fuses and relays? Because often you may think you have a good fuse, right? But it could be, guys, a bad fuse. Sometimes it's really hard to tell, it's hard to see. You have different kinds of fuses, and each one of those, guys, let's say you think it's a good fuse, but it's actually bad. You may end up spending time, money on parts and repairs that you don't need. So always test fuses. It takes only a few seconds. We'll put a link to a special video that will teach you how to test fuses and how to test relays as well. Relays are easy to test. That way you can eliminate that possibility for something that's not necessary, guys. So check out the links, will be in the description of the video below. Here we need to check one fuse, then we need to go to a different fuse box and we need to check 4 more. The fuse that we need to check is known as fuse number 13. We're talking about this 30 fuse that you see, guys, right here. After that, you need to open the hood. Once you open the hood, facing the engine on the right side, you have a fuse box under this cover. Open it. Once you do that, guys, you'll find the main engine fuse box with a layout that will look like this one here. Before we guys continue, now let's explain if you need to buy any fuses, relays, parts, tools at a good price, quick shipping. We're going to, guys, put the link in the description of the video below, that way you do not waste your money and time. Here, the fuse that you need to check, we're going to work in that section here, so I'm going to zoom in. The fuse that I need to check is fuse number 39, fuse number 48 right here, fuse number 55 after that here, and fuse number 70 right here, that JK's fuse. Now, if the heater still doesn't work, you check the fuses, guys. What else it could be? And we'll talk about one thing that most people don't check. We'll make sure to stay until the end. But it could be bad thermostat. That's quite common. If the thermostat is stuck open when you drive on the highway on a cold day, usually you get quite a bit of airflow through the radiator. The coolant will not be able to heat up. As a result, the heater doesn't work. So bad thermostat. Another thing, you need to check your coolant level, make sure it's not too low. Never check it when the car is hot. Always let it sit overnight, then check it so it doesn't spray you and burn you with hot coolant. Another thing, okay, it could be, guys, plugged up or clogged heater core. This is the little bitty radiator inside the dash where the coolant goes through and that releases the heat. If it's plugged up, practically the coolant will not be able to flow freely and it will not create heat. Something else, okay, that you need to check, if you did thermostat replacement, radiator hose, anything that involved, guys, draining the coolant, like a water pump or anything like that. If you did not bleed the cooling system, actually you may end up having an air pocket inside the engine or the heater core, and as a result the coolant will not flow freely and the heater will not work. So bleed the cooling system. And if all that is working perfectly fine, okay, and water pump's good, everything's good, coolant is circulating, heater still doesn't work, it may be just a bad blend door actuator. The blend door actuator is that little device, it's a little bitty motor with plastic gears that moves the flap inside the dash that switches from hot to cold. And if it's stuck in cold position, even though the heater works perfectly fine, you'll get cold air inside the car just because the blend door actuator doesn't work, and it costs only a few dollars. Usually they're not very expensive. We'll have videos on our channels how to test and how to replace blend door actuator. Hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Thank you for watching. See you next time.